Welcome to Cost News Digest. Here are tonight's top stories.
Starting today, Amazon RDS customers using SQL Server makes it simple to stop and start your database instances. This lets you save costs by stopping database instances when they don't need to be running.
AWS Compute Optimizer now supports 153 new EC2 instance types, as well as multi-attached EBS volumes. This is another launch that expands the realm of what Compute Optimizer is monitoring, showing you what you can optimize in your AWS environment.
Speaking of compute, Amazon has now released R7G and M7G instances in Europe in Stockholm, and Graviton-based instance C6GD is now available in Zurich.
You can now view Azure costs using Amazon QuickSight. The new Cloud Intelligence dashboard for Azure has launched, which enhances cloud cost monitoring within QuickSight to integrate Microsoft Azure usage data. This is a really big, exciting step forward in the functionality of the Cloud Intelligence dashboards. And to learn more about it, you can check the recap of the Keys to AWS Optimization episode last week. We'll put the link below.
And you can now inject random Amazon EC2 Spot instance interruptions into your Spot fleet. This means that you can actually test how your Spot fleet applications are resilient against Spot interruptions. And that's the headlines. Now we've gotten to the section where we would debate our top news stories. Savannah, why don't you go first?
Yeah, so recently, since we last spoke, Cost Anomaly Detection has increased the number of custom anomaly monitors to 500, meaning that you can create 500 custom anomaly monitors in your environment to monitor your spend through Cost Anomaly Detection. Steph, what's your favorite?
So mine is that QuickSight now supports tagging the user cost allocation. Very simple, but going to be a very powerful set of data. Okay, so I know that you love Cost Anomaly Detection. It's your close to your heart.
Big fan.
Why is this your top story?
Yeah, so it actually also has to do with tags and some of the ways that I've seen customers kind of cleverly implement anomaly detection to tie back to their business units. So prior to kind of the expansion of the number that you could make of kind of different monitors, we had a lot of customers who set up monitors that were specific to a linked account, to a tag, to a cost category, right? Mm-hmm. So imagine that you're a customer that has 500 linked accounts and you want to monitor each one individually and make sure that each account, which is presumably owned by a single team or a single person, doesn't necessarily spike too high and get those real-time monitors for those accounts specifically. Another example of this is tags. I think that's a little bit more common in some different industries. If you have projects tagged in a certain way, you can create a monitor that kind of looks at a specific tag and will alert you if that dollar amount goes up. So if you think about kind of the number of products or the number of accounts that could be running in a large AWS organization, you'll notice pretty quickly that that is pretty large in scale. So upping this to 500 lets customers do this more granularly and really kind of dig in, get those actionable insights from Cost Anomaly Detection, which will help them go and investigate them more quickly. Ideally, if you can go reach out to a certain person or a specific team that has kind of manage the workload that's causing the spike that's been notified to you through Cost Anomaly Detection, that's going to cut your resolution time down pretty significantly. So this added granularity just gives you the ability to do that, essentially.
I love it. More data, more information,
yes,
more speed up that access. So yeah, speaking of tags, I'll go into mine a little bit more. So mine is very simple, but it's adding cost allocation tags for QuickSight users. Now, the reason why I care about this is twofold. One, we will be having a short video from Yuri in a sec about the CAD. And as everybody who uses the Cloud Intelligence dashboards knows, you pay for your users. So one thing we see customers sometimes do is they don't necessarily define which users are readers and which users are authors. And so what can happen is if you allow everybody to be an author, you're then in that $18 to $24 a month pay range of access rather than the up to $5 a month for readers. So having this tag, what we enable you to do is actually identify who you need to be an author and a reader. So you can look and compare, are they spending more than you were anticipating? And hopefully in the future means that we can start to look at pulling in the last used information. So I've had customers before who over time you add lots of data, you add lots of users. I was doing it today. I was looking at one of my dashboards and realized people who still had access who didn't work here, or also didn't use the dashboard anymore and weren't in the right kind of group of people. So I was able to remove them, which will mean I will save money. So giving you, again, more granular access to this data is very good. So I mean, they're both good stories. We're not going to argue about who is the better one. But I think
all about tagging.
It's all about tagging. And kind of speaking of new information, tagging, and definitely the QuickSight dashboard, why don't we head over to Yuri's update about the CID?
Thank you, Steph. And I'm very excited that we have 3 updates related to Cloud Intelligence dashboards for you today. Update number 1, we have new home for Cloud Intelligence dashboards. We're still in AWS well-architected labs, but we went out of the cost optimization section to our top-level separate section, which we call Cloud Intelligence dashboards. And it's because we have now more dashboards which cover more pillars of well-architected framework than only cost. So that's why we decided to actually create this top-level section with the references to all our dashboards, so you can find them all in a glance in one single place. But as you can see, we have here only references, and the content and all the deployment guides you can find by following these links. So for example, if you want to go to details of particular dashboard, you will be redirected to our new platform where we host our deployment guides, and you can go through deployment steps and pretty much everything as we used to have in a well-architected labs cost section. But now we just have this new landing page with all the references. And together with this move to top-level section, I also would like to share with you update number 2. We have a new dashboards released recently, like Cost Anomaly Detection dashboard, which helps you to track and visualize finding from AWS Cost Anomaly Detection service. And if you use this service, which I think every AWS customer should use because it's free of charge and allows you to identify anomalies in your cost and usage. So Cost Anomaly Dashboard will allow you to actually consolidate these findings in one single place and bring them to QuickSight. So you could actually use and track them in a time and see how you actually acting on those anomalies and for your entire organization. And together with this advanced dashboard Cost Anomaly Detection, we also recently released a couple of additional dashboards which we partnered with other different teams, for example, with sustainability. Well-architected labs, we released together sustainability proxy metrics dashboard, and it allows you to track and visualize your progress towards improvements of proxy metrics, which we identify in sustainability white paper and sustainability pillar of well-architected framework. So if you're looking into opportunities for improvement in sustainability area, I would really encourage you to deploy this dashboard. And we also recently announced Cloud Intelligence Dashboard for Azure, which again we reference here, and it allows you to bring Azure cost data to AWS, to S3, and visualize it in QuickSight. And we provide a template for visualization, so you can deploy this dashboard and get started with visualizing Azure cost on AWS together with your AWS cost and usage. And update number 3, we've got a new version of Tau dashboard. It's 3.1.0, and in 3.1 version of Tau, we actually introducing a Trusted Advisor Explorer. Is a new feature which allows you to get details on top of your monthly trends and amount of flagged resources. For example, like here in this place, you can see all the pillars or categories of Trusted Advisor. You can interactively explore them and see which checks have which amount of resources every month. And you can click on any check, and then you would interactively see all other visuals filtered based on your selection. You would see which accounts contributes to those checks, and you would be able to see all the resource IDs for these checks. So instead of going to every separate tab and looking for details for particular checks, you can quickly explore what is changing month over month in this TA Explorer section of summary tab in Trusted Advisor dashboard and get details about all the resources which contribute to these flag checks for any category. Getting back to you, Steph. Thank you.
And on to our last piece. reInvent is just around the corner. So this month we wanted to touch base on where you will be finding us at reInvent. Savannah, where can people find you?
You can find me at the booth. You can also find me at a builder session about Amazon Billing Conductor. It's COP 211. We'll be teaching you all about how to use Amazon Billing Conductor to split your costs and inject custom rates. Really excited about it. I just finished the PowerPoint, put a lot of animation in there. I'm really stoked. Love a PowerPoint. Really love a good PowerPoint. So really excited to see everybody and just for the energy of reInvent again. Steph, where can we find you?
You will be finding me maybe at the booth, but mainly you can actually book a peer talk with me. So coming out in the beginning of November, check me out on LinkedIn, but you will be able to book a one-on-one 20-minute chat about any of your optimization questions that you have. And alongside that, I have a couple of talks. You can see them behind me, but we have COP 205, which is all about forecasting, seeing into the future. And then we have 342, which is going to be about analyzing your cost and use report. Actually be a code talk. So you'll see me attempting to query live in front of a live audience. So that is fun. As a reminder, you can now reserve seating and it is booking up fast. So I do recommend kind of reserving as soon as you finish watching this video.
Big call out for builder sessions too. If they are full, please go ahead and join the wait list. And this goes for any builder session, not just for the cost focused ones. We do expand repeat sessions to those if there's enough demand. So just because you see that it's full doesn't mean you're not going to get on that wait list. And we can kind of scale to adjust based on who wants to be there and who wants to see it.
Definitely. And if you see us, come say hi if you watch the show. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you all then. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next month. You like
the accessories?
Model.
This one's really cute. Oh my God, it matches my outfit. I made a bunch of pink ones so they could match my pink suit.
Oh my God.
reInvent.